up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. It's been one hell of a rush morning, let me tell you that, as I sit here and try to get my weed vape to work. It's been one of them type of days. Shit, it's been one of them type of weeks. Today, we need to pull ourselves on out the fucking gutter, man, because we may have to be, sucking dick for milk money, and I'm lactose intolerant. So we got to get some money back. Today is the day. And of course, guys, it's Tuesdays. You know what we do on Tuesdays. We eat with Ribeyes with Mike. So today we will talk hitting props as well as the pitchers that I'm going to talk about. Smash the like if you haven't already. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. First guy on the board, guys, may be a trappy number. May not be a trappy number, but let's talk. Paul Skeens versus the Cardinals. Struck people out last year 33% of the time, while walked people 6% on the year. Morning line was 6.5, -142 on FanDuel. It's now at a -134. His pitching outs, 18.5, -190 to the under. Earned runs, -195 at 1.5. Juice to the under as well. Last year, guys, he dominated lefties and righties at near 33% strikeout clips, where on the road he had a 38% clip compared to 29 at home. Skeens gets the Cardinals, guys. For the first time this year, after seeing them 3 times last year, with a quality start in each game while having 23 strikeouts and about 21 innings of work. Yet he's been a 7.5 for his first 2 starts, going 0-2 to the number, yet now dropped to a 6.5, and the juice keep coming down. And he is one of the most public pitchers bet. And with Skeens, guys, we have a guy who lives in the zone this year more than last year, 6% better than league average. And I've always used zone contact going back to last year with him as my key. And I use it the first 2 weeks to stay off. So let's run this lineup for zone contact, and we come up with 7 of the 9 batters better than league average on last year's numbers when it comes to zone contact. And if we go by this year's, it's 5 of the 9 better than league average. So for me, guys, it's another easy stay off. You have to pass the key before I even do the whiff. And the fact that you don't pass the key is enough for me to say, I'm going to let you go, as I'm not going to bet Paul Skeens under. Paul Skeens is a fucking dog, guy. And if you look at this past plate appearances, he's only struck out their 3, 4, and 5 hitter 1 time in 26 at-bats. All those guys have good zone contact. So at the end of the day, guys, it's a sure stay off for me. I'm not looking to freaking bet the guy under, but the lean would be the under. Go with the books, guys. The books don't give out free money. And right now, it seems like the most public pitcher bet, Paul Skeens, they're sitting there like, please bet the over, please bet the over. So when they're asking for me to bet the over, I'm not. I could see if the under hits, how it hits, but I could see if it not. He's Paul fucking Skeens, so it is what it is. The next guy on the board, though, I see a day and a half coming from him, and hopefully it's true. Zach Wheeler at the Braves, striking people out last year 28.5% of the time, while walking people 6.5% on the year. Morning line was 7+ at -162 on FanDuel, where it was 8+ everywhere else. Now it's 8+ at +118, pretty much everywhere. Pitching outs 18.5 minus 175 to the under, whereas earn runs 1.5 minus 160 to the over. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Last year, Wheeler struck lefties out at a 26.5% clip compared to 30.5% versus the right-handed side, yet home road he was pretty much damn near the same at a 28.5%. Wheeler, guys, gets the Braves in his third matchup of the year, going 6+ innings in his first 2 starts with 8 and 10 strikeouts respectfully. Well, being in the same division, guys, we may have maybe the most pass history I've ever seen in a pitcher versus batter lineup, as we have 278 at bats versus this projected lineup versus Wheeler, and Wheeler is striking them out at a smooth 30%. Yet, the FanDuel at minus 165 juice to the gills did have me worried a little bit, but the fact that it moved very quickly this morning to a 7.5 means if you're betting minus 162, I hope you're hitting them, but for me, it's going to be either the plus money or not, and I'm going to wait for the lineups to come out. Because what I like to look for when we run this guy, when we look at his metrics, guys, when he has struggled, it has been with chase contact. That has been Wheeler's bugaboo. Well, when we run it off of this projected lineup, off of last year's numbers, we have 6 of the 9 worse than league average when it comes to chase contact. And if we run it off of this year's numbers, we still have 6 of the 9 that are worse than league average at chase contact. So when I run the whiff, guys, of the handful of fucking pitches that he throws, as it's damn near 5-6 pitches, and it depends on what side of the plate you're on, what he throws, I come up with a beast of a fucking day for Wheeler, as I got him for 9-12. So all in all, I've got to get in on some wheels today, guys, as it's wheels up, but I'm going to wait for lineups. And there may be another way I move on it, as there is another guy in this game we got to talk about. And if I'm projecting him to have a beast lineup, then it's got to be the combined, as sometimes you just got to combine them and just ride them, as one can carry the other if one has an off day. But right now, I've got wheels for 9-12, and yeah, it seems to be wheels up. Do me a favor, guys, if you like what you're hearing, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. The other guy on this is Chris Sale, and he gets the Phillies, striking people out last year 32% of the time while walking people 5.5% on the year. Morning line was 6.5 minus 155 on MGM, or 8+ on FanDuel. It's still the same. Pitching out 17.5 minus 200 to the over. Earn runs minus 1.5 at a minus 165 to the over. Projected lineup is 7 righties, 2 lefties, and they're going to run those 2 lefties, but lefties struck out at a 36% clip versus Sale last year compared to 31.5 versus the right-handed side. He was dominant at home with a 30% strikeout rate compared to 34.5% on the road. Now, Sale has started the year with 2 of the worst matchups strikeout-wise when it comes to a lefty, the Padres and the Dodgers. Well, the Dodgers with Freddie Freeman in the lineup, that is. Now he gets his division rivals in the Phillies, where we go look at the past history, and in a total of 86 at-bats, he's striking them out at a smooth 40% of the time. Now, the at-bats can look a little skewed, as Castellanos has 46 of the 86 at-bats, yet even if we take him out, we still have 40% on the strikeout rate. Now, if you look at his metrics, guys, he is better than league average at everything, at least that I like to look for. Now, what I picked up on last year was a bonus is if you're going to take pitches, as in your zone swing percentage, good fucking luck. Why? Because this man pounds the zone. He pounds the zone better than most pitchers in the league, and he can do it with 3 different pitches. So when I run it for at least for the zone swing percentage, we actually have 7 of the 9 guys that go off of last year's numbers that swing in the zone, and 8 of the 9 this year that are projected that swing in the zone. Now, that's not an all in all, like where some guys I need the key, most guys I need the key. The key is just a bonus when you're running Sale. If you hit the key with the whiff, then you just got to fucking double up on Sale. So the key's not there, that's fine. So we go run the whiff percentage on a guy who pounds the zone with fastball, changeup, slider. And I come up with the same motherfucking thing with wheels. I got this guy for 9-12 today. So I'm not going to lay no minus 155. I'm down a little too much money to be laying no minus 155s right now, but I may take the plus unit shot on Sale, the plus unit shot on Wheeler, or I might just throw the full unit on the combined because, like I said with Wheeler, I've got both of them for 9 to 12. Say one pulls 7, the other one I expect to pick up the slack, and I think that is the way to bet this game. So get in on some Sale strikeouts, get in on the Wheel strikeouts, and once lineups come out, I will tweet out how I get in. But it's looking like the combined guys. Like I said, you're gonna give me where I can have both guys. And shout out to Big Show Picks. It might be a combined ladder spot, bro. I might just throw the big money on the straight even and then just start taking as many as they'll give me, because if they both have a day, good God almighty, there could be 22 plus strikeouts by these starting pitchers. So, yeah, got to get me in. Now, what's giving me pause right now, guys, is getting in on the next guy. Freddie fucking Peralta at the Rockies, striking people out last year 27.5% of the time, while walking people 9.5% on the year. Morning line was 6.5, minus 130 on DraftKings. It's the same. Pitching out 17.5 at a pick'em, earn runs 2.5, minus 130 to the under. The projected lineup is 5 righties, 4 lefties, where last year's he struck out lefties 28% of the time compared to 27% from the right-handed side, and he averaged the same home road K percentage splits, a smooth 27.5%. Now we come, guys, to what may be the most public play on today's card. You know what public means. And why does it gotta be Freddie fucking Peralta, guys? But then again, it is what it is. We all know my rule about betting a pitcher in Colorado. You gotta show me before I can bet you. And if you use a changeup as your out pitch, it's a super plus in the confines of Coors Field. And that's what we get, guys, with Fast Freddy, guys. And then, but he's a straight fastball, changeup, slider guy, at least over the last few years. This year, he's ditched the slider pretty much in 2 games, and he's gone to a curveball. Now, a slider works in Coors Field. Fastball, slider, changeup, that is the fucking pitch mix I dreamed of. I went to sleep with a heart on, thinking I'm going to slam me some Freddie Peralta. And then I looked at his pitch mix and seen he scrapped the slider. But still, fastball, changeup, curveball. Curveball, not the fucking pitch you want to throw in Colorado. Now, why is he a bettable 6.5, guys? This guy has had 8 strikeouts in each of the 2 games, and he's got a Colorado team where they have put a Colorado tax on Zach Wheeler this year. They jumped him up. They put a Colorado tax on Taj Bradley. They jumped him up, and then they dropped him back down versus Texas. So why no Colorado tax versus Freddie Peralta? Then we look into the past history, guys. Past history. And this is where I'm kind of a fucking idiot for betting Verlander, guys, as I talk about it more than anybody else. The books pay attention to past history more than anything else. So when they don't pay attention to past history, we need to have a bell ringing the fuck off. And right now, we have a guy striking out these guys at a stupid 41% clip in their total of 63 at-bats versus Peralta. And the books are saying we don't fucking care. So, all in all, guys, I still have to look for Chase when I'm looking to run this lineup. The Chase, we know it's going to be there, whether it's this year or last. There is one guy that's making his MLB debut today. It's a lefty. Good luck, freaking lefty, making his first freaking debut versus Freddie Peralta, where that's his out pitch versus lefties. He uses it versus the righties as well, though, so that helps. But the Chase is there. 6 of the 8 last year, Chase. 5 of the 8 this year, Chase, including the new kid that has no numbers, so that's why we're using 8. And I look at the pitch mix. The pitch mix says this guy gets 7.5 on a bad day, guys, with a career day in sight. As he can strike out the first 6 people literally 2 times every time they see him. So to me, it's hard to get to the fucking under. I will never, ever, ever bet an under versus the Rockies. But man, an easy over that I thought I was going to slam, I think I just got to lay off, guys, because there is some ginormous red flags going off in this. And when I haven't listened to them this year, it's kicked me in the nuts, man, at the end of the day. So if I am going to bet Peralta, I'm probably going to take him up to the 9 shot, take a dart throw. It don't hurt me at that plus crazy money that I'm going to get there. But if he gets 7, then I easily believe he gets 9. So I'm going to just pull him up if I bet him. And don't be surprised if this fuck somehow doesn't. But I see a career day in the numbers if he does just go fastball, changeup, slider. But like I said, he looks to have ditched that slider this year. And if you want to throw a curveball, I don't know, man. This is not the spot to be trying to throw a fucking curveball. So Freddie Peralta right now may just be a straight pass as red flags are ringing and ringing and ringing, even though everything else says he should go have a fucking day. It also said that with Verlander. The red bells I did not listen to with the past history where the books threw it away. I can't make the same mistake twice. So dart throw on Freddie Peralta at the 9+ or leave him be. The red flags are fucking alarming. No bueno. Last guy we're going to talk about before we get into these hitting props, guys, is Dylan Cease at the Athletic, striking people out last year damn near 30% of the time, while walking people 8.5% on the year. Morning line was 6.5 on BetMGM at -115. Still there, still the same. Pitching out 17.5 -165 to the over. Earn runs 1.5 -180 to the over. Projected lineup is 6 lefties and 3 righties. Last year, he struck out lefties 26% of the time. This year, he's striking them out 34% of the time. Granted, 2 games, but he's added a fucking changeup, guys, and it's a Bugs Bunny changeup at that. Home road splits pretty much the same, average near 30% each way when it comes to striking people out. Now, Cease gets the A's in his 3rd matchup of the year after getting 7 strikeouts in each game, be it versus the Braves and the Guardians. The Guardian means something to me, guys, as the past history said under. Yet the past history before he added that Bugs Bunny changeup, which is registering at times 24 miles per hour slower than his 97-mile-per-hour fastball, guys. It's a pitch he has been using the lefties this year, and he's been pretty much fastball slider his whole fucking career. Now, Cease's metrics are better than league average at most everything I look at, but his chase contact is on the upper echelon of starting pitchers. So if you chase, good fucking luck. Now, there is some past history here, guys, but nothing over 6 at-bats, so it's hard for me to take that into consideration. That's just 2 games. Could have been a good game, could have been a bad game for the pitcher or the hitter. For me, I look to at least see 10 to 15 at-bats, unless the dude has struck out 6 of all 6 at-bats. Then you can't ignore some dumbass shit like that. But 6 at-bats, guys, is not enough to go running through and be like, oh, I got to go look at it, but is what it is. Life's a bitch and you marry one. And in 35 at-bats, he's striking out 30% of the time of this projected lineup. Now, on last year, guys, I just like looking for chase. If you want to chase, you're going to die. And when we come up on last year's number, 5 of the 8 of the projected are better than league average, as one of them's a kid and it's not much to take from. Now, if we go off of this year's, it's actually 5 of the 9 that are better than league average at not chasing. So it's going to take a Bill Miller type of umpire for me to get in, guys, as if they're not going to chase, it's going to be a long day a la Michael King last night. That's the reason why I stayed off of Michael King. Michael King, I think, had 2 fucking strikeouts. If you're not going to chase versus Michael King, it can be a long day because he's not in the zone. Guess who's been in the zone this year, guys? A guy named Dylan fucking Cease. He's been in the zone 2% more than league average, which is actually the best ever in his whole fucking career. And if he's going to live in the zone, we got to run the whiff, guys, because that's not just chase. You're going to have to fucking chase when you get the 2 strikes. You can't protect versus this man when he's actually throwing you 3 pitches. So when I run the whiff, guys, I come up with 7. And that's the number they got him at, guys. So that's not enough wiggle room for me right now, but it's over or nothing, especially if he's going to live in the zone like he has the last 2 games. If he's going to pound the zone versus this A's team, you're going to get them strikeouts. So Dylan Cease lean is over. The lineup is going to have to change by at least one batter for me to get involved, but I could see Cease having a day out there, guys. Me right now, the problem is seeing 3 dead spots. Yet those dead spots are 3 of the bottom 4 hitters. So he's got the meat of the lineup he's going to see 3 times. He can literally get the top 6 twice. Can he not just get one of them twice? So it might just have to get there, bro. I'm going to have to look at the whiff and maybe just calculate it a little more. Am I putting too much on Cease living in the zone for 2 games? Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe he's figuring it out. So at the end of the day, guys, Cease is over or nothing. This is not like King, where King just is drastically out of the zone all the time. Yeah. Today seems like an over type of day for a motherfucker. I just wish Freddie Peralta didn't have ginormous jumbo Titas on him, but I'm still going to take the dart throw, guys, probably on him at 9. So just to recap real quick before we get to these hitting props, we talked Paul Skeens, guys. The lean is the under. The books are begging for you to bet the over. And if we're going to go off of zone contact, as this man lives in the zone, whether we're going to go off this year's or last year's numbers, 7 of the 9 guys are better than league average at zone contact. I've got Zach Wheeler having 9 to 12 strikeouts today. I've got Chris Sale having 9 to 12 strikeouts today. I'm probably going to combine them, as I talked about it, as one could carry the other. If one falls short a couple, the other one I still have that can pull the 12 and still capitalize. I think the latter spot might be the spot on the combined as well, as if they both show up, there can be 22 plus strikeouts by both of the starting pitchers today. So wheels up, sails up. Let's get that game freaking going and give us those projected lineups. When it comes to Freddie Peralta, guys, everything screams over. The books pay attention to past history. They're not paying attention to past history here. So right now it's an easy stay off for me. May take the dart throw, as everything in the metrics, everything in the numbers says you should have a career day right now versus Colorado. Yet the books seem to be asking you to bet that. Dylan Cease, guys, is over or nothing. I'm going to wait for the lineup. Seems to be that dude, and seems to be the guy who has turned the page. Contract year for the guy, too. Definitely the year you want to be turning the page, too. So without further ado, let's get to the point to where a lot of you guys like to show up for, guys, and that's let's talk some hitting props with the last Megalodon living.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
Yeah, 70-foot shark. Well, is that in your pants?
Makes me laugh every time. What's up, Sharpie? How you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir, bro. Same shit, different day. Fucking need to get out the fucking trash can. Down like 600, you know. I ain't here to fucking lie and fucking stroke nobody, dog. Like, it just seems, just fade me at the moment. You know, that's what I tell people right now until I get out my own fucking way. I went through a couple years ago books, bro. I got so mad at myself, and it's just like, what are you doing, Sharpie? And I start reading. I'm like, bro, you're just ignoring notes you wrote down before. Like,
I hate when that happens.
You know, it's like, bro, you're not supposed to fucking bet a fucking K-prop if they adjust the line in the first 2 weeks. Just go under. And I mean, if you would have went under on the guys they moved up one or down one, you would be at like 75%. And I'm not an under better. So I've been getting fucking hammered in the fucking jaw. Boom. Boom.
Oh, man.
But today, we're turning the ship around, bro. I see the titties on Peralta right now. I'm not running head forward. Like, I went to sleep thinking I was going to bet Peralta. Guess who's not going to bet him today?
This guy right there.
And he's going to have fucking a career day.
I always feel that way. Like, there's a couple guys I'm going to leave out of the lineup tonight, and I'm like, I'm fairly confident they're going to come out there and smack it, and I'm just going to be like, how come I didn't go back and bet him again? Let's go. Man, I came off the day, though. That's how my March was. My March with this March Madness tournament just messed my shit up. It was chalky and favorites all the way through. And that's never going to be a situation where I excel. And unfortunately, I kept touching the hot stove. Damn college basketball. It's salty little temptress. But, man, I'll tell you what, fired yesterday. 11-0 yesterday. 11-0. How about that? Gave out a fucking.
We got the fucking right guy here today then.
Plus 190 bomb for the Seattle Kraken. I was like, and I got a bunch of shit. They're like, Seattle Kraken against the Kings at home. Are you nuts? Yep. And then on top of that, I looked at it and I was like, man, what else did we fire away on? It was fading away on the St. Louis Blues in hockey. And everyone's like, you can't, they won 15 in a row. What, they're going to win 20 in a row? I mean, they were primed for a loss and just seeing the board really well. Got our Bobby Witt RBI yesterday. That was a nice little cash job, cash daddy. So let's go.
Man, I'm ready for it, bro. I'm going to let you lean on it and take over. Tail Mike right now. Like I said, you might want to fade me.
Well, we got ourselves 4 really fun opportunities to bet with here today. We've got kind of the whole mash here. We got a star-studded lineup. We got a bullpen or a ballpark factor. We got a pitcher factor, and we got a bullpen factor as well. So we're kind of crossing all the T's and dotting all the lowercase J's here with this opportunity. Let's get started. Let's go right off the gate. Let's take a look at first game I'm going to fire away on here. We're going to take a look at this Tampa Bay Los Angeles Angels spot. This is the one I feel like we're going to pick on a weak bullpen. And I see it's Kyle Hendricks that's going to be starting on side for the LA Angels. So, when you start peeling it back and looking at this guy, granted, we don't have a ton of data yet. I get it. One kind of go round with this thing here. But after his last game, he comes out, he plays 6 innings. His bullpen absolutely annihilated this guy's opportunity for a victory here. And, Tampa Bay playing at Steinbrenner Field, they're kind of feeling good about themselves. They've got, kind of hit or miss with the team itself. I know they've lost 4 in a row, so they don't feel good about that. But it was Pittsburgh and a couple games against Texas. So in come these Angels. They did get themselves feeling a little bit bloated with 2 wins here. But the guy I got to look at, I'm going to take a little shot with the third baseman here with Tampa Bay. I'm going to go junior, man. Give me a little junior. Is it Caminero here? I think this guy's an opportunity to fire. If you look at this guy's at-bats and kind of why, first of all, the price tag. We're sitting here for a plus 175. This guy's smacking a 318 at home with a ribeye. He's been walked twice as well, which shows me that they do respect this guy when he comes up at bat. Always capable and dangerous, but he's got, at-bats number 3 on the team behind Diaz and Lowe. So the team's looking to this guy. The other teams are respecting this guy. He's smacking over at 300. And he's priced at a plus 175. I don't, give it to me now because I think this is that opportunity early in the season where we can take advantage and try to find the books mistagging a couple of these guys. And midway through this year, we will not find a plus 175 on this young buck. So it's good enough to make our lineup here. We're going to take the bullpen and expect them to puke up their nuts yet again here. Tampa Bay Rays at home, 7 p.m. start. Gimme Junior and give me a plus 175.
You could just say you could have the Angels pull a Sharpie and puke up his nuts, you can just call it a Sharpie right now, I mean, is what it is. Let's get to the next one, bro.
Let's get to the money. I like that little intro you got rocking there. Let's go to the hot bets. Let's take advantage of this one here. We're going to go LA Dodgers, Washington Nationals, and a game yesterday that did not pass the smell test for me. I looked at this Dodger spot and I thought, man, we got ourselves in a 17-2 run line situation for the Dodgers. Then I started looking at it and I thought, man, there's something not right here. I don't trust the starting pitching. I don't trust the bullpen. There's just a lot of factors that kind of gave me a little bit of concern when it came to the Dodgers yesterday and ultimately stayed off them. But a guy in Tommy Edman, yeah, plus 230. This guy here is hitting more at-bats than Ohtani and our guy Teoscar Hernandez. And that 5 home runs does lead the team. And, I mentioned the bullpen and trying to pick apart that one in the last breakdown here. But when you look at Tommy Edman, this guy, just full. What are you going to say about this Dodgers lineup? You got to pick one. He's batting behind Ohtani and Mookie. So as long as they don't go out there and nuke home runs, this guy's going to be in a perfect position to bring one of them home. And the entire lineup is just absolutely loaded. Brad Lord. Yeah, Brad Lord's a relief pitcher, guys. Giving me an opportunity with this fucking guy to go out there and blow it early. And maybe we cash this one right off the gate in the first. You got to think about a situation for a relief pitcher coming in really for the first time. He's got Ohtani. That's going to be mind fucking this guy right off the gate. And then he's going to follow it up with Mookie Betts. I bet he's mentally fatigued and he throws a meatball to Tommy Edman that goes fucking yardstick in the first inning. So I like me some Tommy Edman. And it's plus 230. Why is it plus 230? Because if you look at some of the numbers and you specifically the lefty-righty matchups here, Tommy Edman's only hitting a 181 when it comes to right-handed pitchers. But again, consistently making contact with the ball, plenty of guys to get on base in front of him, and a relief pitcher. Give me a plus 230 price tag for Tommy Edman. And on we go.
We are no longer calling him Tommy Edman, as he has been dubbed Tommy Tanks by the Dodgers announcers. So he's Tommy Tanks, bro.
What's the Tanks for?
Bro, because he's hitting bombs, bro. The fool's every time Tommy Tanks does it again.
I thought it was like he's tanking. I'm like, this guy's in the
this fool hits missiles, bro.
He pitch missiles, right? I mean, this guy does go out there and connect. And again, the lineup, it's like you got to pick one, so you got to find the right price tag to do it. I can't get involved with Ohtani. I told you my situation early in the season. Had a big mashup of RBIs to cash with, and Ohtani was the last guy left. And then, of course, I did it a couple games later. I got another big tag set up, and who do I need? I need Judge, and Judge goes cold. So it's like I can stay away from those chalky dudes, and fire away. Got to move on and see if we can't make that money here. But number 3 in the order means he's going to get plenty of at-bats. Let's go pick on everybody's favorite dude here. And I'll be honest, this is a guy that I was not afraid to get on board with last year. I can't believe he's still around. Out of Syracuse, New York, it's Patrick Corbin. We got Patrick Corbin Day.
Bro, it's Patrick Corbin Day.
Let's go. I mean, listen, there's a lot you don't want to like about this game. The wind's blowing in at like 12 miles an hour. When you look at Corbin's situation against lefties, particularly, not the greatest thing out here, but Kyle fucking Tucker, sign me up. You know the deal, man. This guy leads. It doesn't matter what team he plays for. He leads statistically in every hitting category imaginable. And he gets into Chicago, and what's he do? He does it again. You know, when I talk about the wind and the elements, you look at yesterday's game, the thing that, I was a little concerned about the total. We saw 6. I even said a 6. Are you fucking kidding me with a 6? No way. And sure enough, Steele goes out there. Everyone's shitting on Steele, and he shuts everybody down and plays an incredible game. They win the game 7-0. So even though the batting elements in the ballpark were a factor, they still found a way to rise above the top. And that just speaks to kind of how maybe underrated I think this lineup could very well be when it comes to the Chicago Cubs side of things here. But man, look at this fucking guy. All he does is smash and cash. And you look across the board, batting average, 327, number 1 on the team. Home runs, 5, number 1 on the team. RBI, 16. He had like 8 in one game. So that's, number 1 on the team. On base percentage, probably the most indicative opportunity of what a batter is going to do. This guy's 453, leads. That's the contact, getting on base. And then you got 17 hits. He's not afraid to go out there and mash it up. He's number 2 on the team in overall at-bats, tied with Suzuki. And again, it's just another one of those lineups where you got a lot of meat around this guy. There's a lot of star-studded power. And this guy is your go-to. So we're going to price this guy at a disrespectful plus 160. I'm in 100%. You guys know I'm a sucker for Kyle Tucker here, but it just doesn't make sense here. Given, I think the only reason I could justify this has to do with the wind conditions. And again, if you can find a situation that explains it here, Patrick Corbin, 225 versus lefties, but at 315 versus righties. At the end of the day, I'm going to take a shot with this guy. He's number 2 in the lineup, but this whole lineup's got any given time. At the bottom here, you guys know I talked about this back in the Japan series. Give me old Petey Krill Armstrong as a good opportunity. Matt Shaw, Amaya. Then you have Happ coming through the second time, and then Kyle Tucker comes in there and drives one home. Probably a second at-bat he does it, but I still feel pretty fucking good about fading Patrick Corbin. So I gave you guys the bullpen puke-up scenario. I gave you guys the hot lineup scenario. I got the Patrick Corbin scenario. The only thing left here to pick on is the ballpark scenario. And let's do just that as we finish her off and wrap up the order with this Padres Athletics game. Why the hell not? This thing's hitting like a minor league, it is a minor league stadium. It's hitting like a high school stadium is what's going on out there with Oakland, and not Oakland, if you will, with this certain time of the year before they move to the Las Vegas area out there. But you mentioned Cease, man. Cease is on fire. There's no question. I don't want any part of trying to figure out when he's going to blow it, because he is just standing on his dick. But I'll take a shot at Jeffrey Springs. Jeffrey Springs is good enough to puke his nuts up. Lefty pitcher as well. But in this case here, you got to go to the guy that's got the big money. He's feeling good about himself. It's Jackson Merrill, man. Why don't we not go? Guy's smashing lefties. He's a 240. Again, we got the lefty-lefty matchup. To me, that always produces results when I can isolate that and find a scenario to get involved in. Yeah, you look across the stat leaders here. Maybe a little underrated in the fact that the batting average goes to Tatis, on-base percentage and hits, but don't sell him short when it comes to producing. They've got him in the right spot in the order. He leads the team in home runs. He leads the team in RBIs with a 10-pack. And we're going to price this guy at plus 140. That price tag makes sense to me. You find a guy that's generating results. You smack him down there in the number 5 spot. Again, he's got Tatis, Arise, Machado, and Bogarts in front of him. My only concern is, do all those guys drive in home runs and there's nobody on base when he gets out there? But at the number 5 spot, I'll take a shot with the center field and Jackson Merrill. Again, lefty-lefty matchup today. And Jeffrey Springs is certainly capable of helping us get there at the end. So there's the 4-pack, Sharpie.
Plus what?
140.
That's damn near the boo-boo spot, bro.
If he was in the 4-hole, it'd be 100% boo-boo position.
Bro, the fact they got him priced at plus 140 in the 5-hole, and he's a lefty hitter, you're saying? I thought Merrill was a righty. So lefty on lefty, bro, and they're giving you plus 1. That says he's getting an RBI to me right there, bro. Like, that should be plus 200. A little bit. That right?
If you want to have a little fun, you got to get involved in that. And it's late in the night, too. So
I have to parlay them up for at least $5 because if you text me like you have before, like, motherfucker, they all hit, bitch, you parlay. I'm just like, oh, fuck, I didn't. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely throw them all on a fucking Hail Mary.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man, I've been putting 5-packs together and just coming one short. So this is a nice day for a 4-spotter. I'll give you a little sprinkle too. If you guys want to have some fun, this is nothing official. I'm going to put a couple bucks on it too, though. But my problem here with Minnesota and Kansas City is the AL Central versus the AL Central produces unders. I gave out the under 8 yesterday. It was a little sweaty early, but it got there at the end with a 4-2 because the bullpens came in and did their job here. But why not take a look at Buxton and Witt? Here's the deal. I get the Reagan situation here, but I'm going to have these guys involved in a little same-game parlay action. They're both firing. Bobby Witt, no doubt, plus 180. We got the wind whipping out of this thing. Buxton is the other side of this at plus 220. Hasn't really produced shit yet, but kind of a situation where he's sitting in their due position. I almost gave this out as a parlay, just these two guys together, but those guys are going to kind of make my short card here. I'm going to watch how the line moves throughout the day and see if I can't fire away on those guys here in some capacity. Maybe it's going to be the Minnesota Twins with the under and both those guys to get RBIs, which is incredibly threading the needle. But just a couple guys I want to put on the dashboard here as we build our stable this year. But let's go, man. Let's have a big fucking day, Sharpie.
Man, we're gonna have a big day, bro. And I gotta stop being a vagina and just fire away. No, if there's red flags, I gotta listen. So if you guys haven't tuned in, guys, I think freaking Wheeler and Sale are due for 9 to 12 strikeouts apiece, depending on the day. I'm probably going to combine them so that way if one does come a little short, the other can definitely still carry it. And there's some red flags on Peralta. 6.5, very bettable, not paying attention to the 41% strikeout percentage versus this lineup. Pitch Mix says he should have a career day. Pitch Mix says he gets 7 in his sleep. Everything all said that for fucking Verlander too, guys. And the books said, guess what? We're not going to pay attention to past history on that. They always pay attention to past history, and when they don't, you need to pay attention. So I'm not going to chase that one. Dart throw the 9 or 10, maybe, if he does have a career day, I would hate to miss out on that, but I can't bet juice on it. Not today, not tomorrow. So La Lina's over. Haven't got there. But as always, Mike, you got your show going today. Let them know what you got going on, where they can find you.
Yeah, man. We got a big day ahead of us here. 6 p.m. Eastern over at the Sports Money channel here on YouTube. Going to try to run it back, man. We had a 11-0 day. No bullshit yesterday. You can check it all out there at BetStamp. I posted it on the Sports Money Wins Twitter account. It was an incredible day. Over 13 units net on that thing. And we're going to try to fire it back again today. See if we can't make some magic out of this card and try to, get that money, man. Let's get to the money.
get to the motherfucking monies. Now, I didn't fuck with Scooble today, even though I wanted to. I was just afraid of the cold weather, but ain't nothing gonna stop Scooble. Scooble's a monster.
I hate Carrasco too, but I
Monster.
was looking at this price tag and I was like, man, plus 175 in the first 5. Then he goes down to plus, the full game goes plus 145. I thought maybe I'll try to jump in here live. If Scooble comes out of this thing around the 6th inning, I feel like I got a shot to see these boys maybe come back here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna see, guys. Until next time, guys, smash that like button, hit the subscribe if you're new, and you might want to fade me. Just give me fucking heads up. But eventually, I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna fuck them square in the eyes.